under caution for the 4th time. We'll get to that in just a moment. Lap 90. Yellow is out, front of the field on pit road. Leaders are there, Martin and Gordon. Burton pulling in, Irvin. Let's go to Alan Bestwick.
Mark Martin's crew goes to work. The right side tires are off so far. Things going smoothly. Let's see if they come around to the left. There will be a 4-tire change. Trouble on the right front. Slow on the right front for Mark Martin's crew. So this is going to be a long stop. He's going to lose a lot of track position. Let's go up Pete Road to Steve Burns.
Alan, 4 tires for Jeff Gordon also. Just a tick over 18 seconds on that stop for Jeff Gordon. 4 tires, no chassis adjustment.
You see Mark Martin coming out several cars behind Jeff Gordon. There's Waltrip staying right in this hunt. Now, the story that we have, there was a piece of aluminum down in the corner. But we also have a little issue on the back straightaway.
Yeah, there's water coming across the racetrack there, and they'll put this stay dry down right here, right in this part there. You can see it's about a car length wide there. And they're now pulling the water over the top of the wall there.
Take a look a moment ago, buddy, at what we saw. Those cars running down through this very area of the racetrack.
Yeah, you can see that would be a little disconcerting at 190 miles an hour. You know, some people really have a lucky break. For every caution that comes out, somebody gets lucky. Jarrett is now back in the hunt again. He's right back up there. He was just about a quarter of a straightaway of going down a lap. Hamilton in the number 4 car, he made up that lap. He's back in the fight again. Rusty Wallace, Joe Nemechek, and Sterling Marlin.
That gives you an idea of exactly on the track where that problem is. And it's right in the middle of the back straightaway. And we had a tremendous amount of rain overnight. If you're just joining us, there was a real question as to whether or not this race would get underway at its scheduled time.
And it was on the walkway of the back straightaway over there. It was not the track itself. It was up on the wall pouring over.
Randy?
Well, we've had a bunch of guys on pit road. Some of them got caught under that last caution as they came down for green flag pit stops. Everybody taking this opportunity to come down pit road that was a lap or more down and get 4 fresh tires and fuel. Everybody back out on the racetrack.
I would imagine if you had to have a place where there was water coming, you want it in the center of the backstretch. You sure don't want it any closer to these 24-degree banks, buddy.
You don't want it in turn 3 or turn 1, I can promise you that.
Here's Mark Martin, and moments ago, let's take a look at the problems he had on pit road.
Right front. Yep, lug nut came off the right front. Billy Wilburn is the front tire man there, puts it back on, makes sure all 5 lugs are on that thing. If NASCAR sees that there's only 4, you're in trouble.
The reason it fell off...
Sorry, that's not Billy Wilburn.
Let me tell you why that fell off. They glue these lug nuts on the wheel with like a 3M cement, and apparently it wasn't done properly, and it fell off, and he had to chase it around there. But you need all 5 of them. You leave one off, and the wheel starts to wobble.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, sure. Give you several experiences, including David Pearson's on such a thing. Hey, some people find that this race season has been boring. Well, Jeff Gordon and Mark Martin winning 16 races. How does that make Mark feel? Let's go back to that.
It's pretty exciting to me. I don't know. You can't find a seat in the grandstands. You can't find a parking place, and you know, this sport is very healthy. Ricky Rudd's win last week was a very popular win. I felt like Jeff Burton's 2 wins this year were very popular. You know, Bobby Labonte's wins have been great. I think that it's been a good year. I don't think that any one particular race team should win 10 races in a season, and I certainly don't think that 2 teams should win 16, and we're not done yet. But, you know, if you're good, you're good.
And he's good. He's become such a fine ambassador for the sport, so timid for so many years, but this year he seems to be speaking his mind even more as you see him in 7th place. They're re-gluing on those lug nuts. They're not taking any chances.
Yeah,
but
it's pretty good glue, but if you leave a little bit of that glue off when you put it up on the wheel, it'll knock it right off there.
Here you see Martin again. That stop on pit road and that problem with the lug nut cost him some positions, track position being so important here. He'll look up from 7th with Ward Burton Up in front, Jeff Gordon second, Bobby Labonte third, Ernie Irvin in fourth. Then you've got Terry Labonte in fifth. And in that series of pit stops, guess who's back? The man in black. Dale Earnhardt will be in sixth position, right in front of Mark Martin. Then comes Bodine. It'll be Brent Bodine. Mike Skinner will be ninth, and Chad Little will be 10th. Waltrip's back in 13th. Back with you live at lap 94, 141 miles complete, and the stop paddle has just been put up on pit road. Field has been brought onto pit road and halted because of the situation here on the back straightaway. Red flag condition here in the 39th running of the UAW GM 500 as they work on this problem with water running across the track right in the midst of the backstretch.
Well, I just had a report that it might be a water main over behind the grandstand there, and it's leaking across the top of the wall there and running across the racetrack. Looks like they have it contained pretty well right now, though.
Trying to get it dried up before they turn these cars loose again. A tough situation for the racetrack and just as tough for these drivers.
Well, we got a plumber on Sunday afternoon that wants to show up at Charlotte Motor Speedway and turn off the water.
Don't start that. There'll be 400 plumbers on the phone immediately. Watch yourself.
Well, they've got people here to handle just about any kind of emergency that happens, including those that have never happened before. This is surely one of those. I don't ever remember a red flag for a water main break.
They seem snake bit. Remember, they had the little problem in Texas, and they went to great cost to get that one solved.
Look at Kenny Irwin Jr. there, just kind of cool, isn't it? Another day in the office.
And his day hasn't been that good in the office, has it?
So that last change, all we did there,
he's had some
with
problems.
rubber and
He's
air
back in
pressure,
40th
really couldn't
place.
tell much with it.
Larry McReynolds out there on pit road.
I mean, maybe a marginally better, but I don't think that's all you did really is just make us tighter in the center. Off. Not so much.
That's Kenny Irwin, isn't it?
That sounds like him.
Yeah.
Back in 40th spot.
They can't work on them, but they can certainly listen right now and find out what problems they have and plan what they're going to do on a pit stop.
Ray Evernham apparently talking to Gordon, checking his situation. He's in second place. And here you see
Jeff Burton
climbing out of number 99. Turns off the switches. Bobby Labonte standing there talking with a NASCAR official. And pointing over to where we know the problem is for sure. Here's Gordon popping out. And there you see from another angle what they're trying to take care of. The water is running over that concrete wall in the back straightaway. Darrell Waltrip out. And he's talking with Jeff Hammond, isn't he?
Yeah, his former crew chief. Won more races with Jeff Hammond than anybody else.
Jeff Hammond now with the Chad Little. Runs like a deer outfit.
My goodness, Darrell.
Steve Burns is there if you're going to try to get a word. Yeah. Well, Ernie Irvin thinks he's the Joker. Going after the Batman. Let's go to Steve Burns.
And Ken, the man himself, Darrell Waltrip is here. You've been having a great ride. We've been watching you.
Well, here's the deal. When I got up this morning, they put Tabasco all over my eggs, and man, this red flag couldn't have come at a better time. I got to go to the bathroom. And I was going like crazy, and they don't know how lucky. This is lucky right here, boys. I'm telling you.
Darrell, you were saying the other day that you want to do something big and win from last place.
In a Pontiac. See, I've won in a Buick, Oldsmobile, and Chevrolet. I've never won the Pontiac. I don't know if anybody's done there or not, but I'd like to be one. If I have, I want to be the other one to do it because that'd be big. But we're running good, and they're doing a good job in the pits. And we had a good car yesterday in hot laps at the end of the day. And, man, I don't know. I don't want to get too excited. I just want to get this thing down to the end. And if it stayed up under green all day, I think I'd be really, really good. I'm a little apprehensive on the restarts. The car's a little loose in traffic, but once I get out by myself and get up in that high line, if the rest of them don't discover that, I'll be okay. Don't tell anybody, y'all. Don't say anything about it on the TV or anything. Just keep to yourself. Baker, I know how you are. You'll have to go tell all your friends. Go tell Earnhardt.
Hey, you've done
what you'll do.
Tell him he's done a pretty good job himself.
Hey.
Buddy said you're doing a pretty good job yourself.
Isn't that just like Baker? I'm doing a pretty good job. If it's anybody else, he'd be up there jumping out. He would jump out of that little box up there. But I'm just doing a pretty good job.
You know, he's talking about the first time in a Pontiac. The last time Thanks, Steve. The last time a race was won from 43rd starting position, buddy, 1953. It was the Raleigh Speedway.
That is us right here,
there
folks.
You go.
Hey!
Fonty Flock was the last guy to win from 43rd position. So Waltrip's trying to change the old record book around. There's Derek Cope, who's set on the pole, and Rusty Wallace is standing by with Alan Vesper.
All right, Rusty is here. He's just climbed from his car. First of all, you got a lap down. Now you're a lap back. Tell me about your adventures here.
Yeah, car's running pretty good. I was just real tight. I was pushing the front end pretty good, and they got away from me pretty good, so I'm just biding my time waiting for the pit stop. So we made a pit stop. As soon as we came back on the racetrack, the caution flag falls. The same scenario that no driver ever wants to see or a pit crew. So we went through that, got some new tires on the thing, lined up on the inside row and dropped the flag, and that baby took off. And we checked out and got the lap back. But as we're running on the back straightaway, I told Robin across the radio, I said, you're not going to believe this, but there's so much water coming across the back straightaway, every time I hit it, I get broadside. And they're thinking, hey, it's one of these stunts we're trying to pull to get a caution flag, right? But guess what? I wasn't joking this time. I mean, I felt like I was driving a boat coming down the back straightaway. I don't know what happened back there, but my gosh, it's just a river coming across.
All right, well, Rusty's back on the lead lap now. Now, it's not quite a Sunday drive on the boat, but he's back in the hunt for the win. Let's go to Randy Pemberton.
Well, Rusty Wallace said he thought he was driving a boat going down the back straightaway. I don't know. How did you feel out there? Did you hit it at all or feel the water up there?
It was there, and it was. It could have gotten dangerous. We've raced in conditions like that before, but I know those guys that were making their laps up were hollering for a caution real bad. We needed to. We couldn't keep going. You know, it was getting worse. I thought at first that we would run through it and get it better, but there's so much coming that they had to stop it. They're going to have to do something to plug that up.
Mark, you are holding a pretty wheel out there today.
Great car. Valvoline team's doing a great job for me, put me in the best cars I've ever driven, and car's really working well. We had a problem on that last stop, but it's a lot of racing. I hope we get back going here pretty quick.
Hey, good luck to you. Alan?
All right, well, Dale Jarrett just sat down on the pit road here, and we have just run into dueling interviews here at the moment. Dale just climbed out of his car. Let's see if we could slide in here and join in on the conversation while he's talking with the radio network folks, and hear what he says.
Exactly what I thought. Something broke in the rear of the car because it actually spun the tires and got the car a little sideways, and I thought maybe I'd broken an axle. And then the next time I saw there was water running across there, and of course I hollered about it, but they weren't going to believe me right at first because I was needing a caution to get the lap back.
All right, that's Batman sitting here. Dale, you got your lap back as well. We were talking this kind of a break for you.
Yeah, we needed it. It was unfortunate we were sitting on pit road whenever the caution came out the first time. But we got a pretty decent car, and we're able to get the lap back. So got a long way to go to the front, but we still got a long way to race, too.
There you go. Dale Jarrett right now back on the lead lap and taking an unexpected break.
Red flag condition at lap number 94. Richard Petty is down there right now. I understand he's doing a little drawing at the present time, charity at the present time. Let's see what he's going to pull out there.
Way down in there. That's right. Look at it.
Gosh.
Going down there. I'm going to go for it.
Get a little bit of everything here.
All right, there it is.
Well, let's see who got it.
Got it?
Richard, is it Bryant?
Yep.
Down in Georgia, Marietta. Not sure what they won, but looks like a motorcycle.
Oh,
yeah.
I'll take it.
Gee, I'm surprised Berggren didn't win now.
Nice.
And an autograph from Richard Petty. We've got the vice president of competition. 42,000. 42,000. Gee, where were you, Berggren?
I should have been in line to get that one.
Yeah, we have Mike Hilton right here with us now, the vice president of competition for NASCAR. Had some